Hurts yet again. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And he is hit hard shortly after that catch. Great job hanging on to that, but only a small gain on that play.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Play number 7 on this drive, and they need 7 here on third down. To the air on third and long. Buys time, rolling right. He's making a bid for it. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first point of this ball game. It's going to be first and goal now.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They have it first and goal, an early lead available here in the postseason. Barkley has the Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles finish up an excellent opening series. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. The coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
Riders take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
49ers to the line. First and 10. First carry here for Jordan James. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down. Working quickly here.
1 yard gain. Brings up second and 9.
Now the run, James. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards. Now we can have 35 to figure out.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play,
his first throw is an interception. Jahan Campbell makes the play. And the Eagles take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere in the opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never want to see an INT. They're going to have to flush it. That's key here for this quarterback in the offense. Got to flush that mistake and press on ahead.
Barkley again here on second. And they are set up excellently. This is down to the 18. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. First and 10. Love this. Tight end, get the run. And they're going to have first and goal when we begin our second quarter. 1 quarter gone in our opening round game of the NFC postseason. It's the Eagles soaring to an early lead. More from Philadelphia coming up in just a moment. We're back and excited to start the second. Eagles in a nice spot to put up points. They're going to run with Barkley. So much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on second and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
Still lined up at the 6. Here's second and goal. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. Caught out wide. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles pick it off and get points Fielded at the 7. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. First and 10. And off on the pistol, it's James. Dodges another stop. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. They gain 11 on that play. And that gives the 49ers the first.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here's a give inside to James. And they're going to be humbled here on first down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play. And goose egg up on the scoreboard, Brock, is not going away anytime soon if they keep having plays like that.
They really need something. An injection of energy here. Nothing will take the spark out of a series quite like getting stuck for a loss.
And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding George Kittle with that one. So they're left facing third and long. Third and long for him here. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And the Eagles will take over after the tackle's made at the 40-yard line. So their second drive ends just the way their first one did, Brock. And if you are the coach down there, man, you've got to be fuming.
Yeah, so frustrated, right? 2 drives in, you still can't get your game plan at all. Not if series are going to keep ending prematurely. You don't want to be playing behind schedule right from the start of the game, which is exactly where they found themselves.
And they're going to have first and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw. When you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Breaking the huddle, here's first and goal. Barkley will not get past the line. He's held up at 4.
Absolutely no fear in his game. Even one of the smaller defenders out there, he isn't afraid to go charging into all those linemen and dish out some physical play himself to make that stop.
He gets it again. And this is headed the wrong way. He's closed in on for a loss. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Near the goal line. And he's forward for a gain of about 6. Still short of that marker, but they could definitely go for this on fourth down.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or 2 short for the first down.
Less than a yard to that goal line. This is fourth and goal. He's keeping it. He's going for it. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Eagles parlay the interception into points. Jalen Hurts win the touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone.
Jake Elliott on for the point after.
Well, fourth and goal, and you go quarterback sneak, Brock. You know this firsthand. You better trust those big boys to help you get that ball across the goal line.
You can almost feel it the second you get done uttering the play. Right? It comes out of your mouth, and those linemen just give you that look. Like, yes, this is my chance to own the line of scrimmage, to move the people in front of me. That's a good call and better execution from the entire group.
He stopped on the run back at the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Getting pistol formation here first as they come to the line. Playing with James. This drive is going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up second and 5. So 2 minutes still to play in this first half, partner. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 5 still to go here. This is second down. Run now with James. It was almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Zach Bond with the tackle.
Hey, that's a run that's all hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Give left side to James. And this is going to go in the wrong direction. He loses just about the amount of yards they needed to get there. It's going to be 4th down. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you called 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
So this one will not get it done. Gonna turn this over on down.
Do you think maybe, just maybe, there's a chance of having too much confidence offensively? That's not a spot you want to see a team going for it on 4th down. And now it puts their defense right on the hook to try and pick them up after that miscue on 4th.
First down, run with Barkley. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Hurts. And his perfect start is over. That's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. No throw, 3rd and long. Pass is caught at the 9. And he's going to have enough for the first down, not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
Timeout called by the offense, and with another timeout available, they could actually get another 2 plays if they work quick. Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. A little more than a chip shot. This is 25 yards. Elliott connects there. And just before halftime, Brock, they're able to add 3 to their advantage.
You know that most of these coaches really don't crack that big smile until they get that W with 60 minutes over, but I see a little sly smile on that coach's face because that's terrific execution. You work those situations to pay them off with points. They did just that.
Well, no real answers for that one. I can't imagine you would do that intentionally for any reason, can you? Yeah, no, but some excellent field position awarded for that kick out of bounds. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Looking to throw. He's going to push one deep down the right. This final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half. Enough of a break. Back to playoff football as the second half of our wild card game gets underway. Return starts at the 3. Oh, he gets popped at the end of that one. What a beautiful way into what was a really solid run back.
We don't always know what's said there at halftime, Kate, in the locker room. Some of the adjustments offensively and defensively, but I can assure you, the special teams coach pulled his kick return team aside and said, listen, we have a chance here down double digits to spark this game. Let's go out and get a great return to set the offense up for success. That's exactly what they did.
He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. James. Looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Jalen Phillips finishing that play off.
That is just a good, solid run. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
They miss with James. Well, he's trying to get away, but unable to do so. They catch him behind the line on third down. And that play right there, Brock, is this game in a nutshell. No points, but plenty of struggles.
What did the late great John Wooden used to say? Never confuse activity for achievement. We've not seen much achievement today.
Here's the snap on fourth. Ayuk makes the catch. He's out in the clear. And they are all the way into that red zone.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious gap. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain, turn it into an explosive play.
Carry here for James. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game. This one's quickly locked up, too.
That linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field. All I'm thinking about right now, take training camp. Because that's a middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
We'll scrape together a few yards, but not much. Third down coming up. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
They run. It's James. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a first and goal. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. James. How about this? He can't even get past the line of scrimmage. No challenge for the end zone here.
He was taken down.
Looking quickly here. They give it to him again. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Goes to the hurry up here.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 3rd and 1.
Double carry for it. And this is going to end behind the line. A great stop down in close. Let's see if they want to risk it now on 4th and goal.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Tap the 60.
4th down, pass coming. He brings it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. George Kittle, the touchdown. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
The 49ers have it on the tee as they kick it away here. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Let's go. Trim.
Straight ahead. Here's Barkley. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
Tackled back at the 41-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And there's a sign of life from the ground game. He's forward with a nice pickup. That's 7 yards on the run. Still 6 to go on 3rd.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Air it out on 3rd. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they don't get much out of this pass. He's hauled down a little shy of that first. It's 4th down now.
A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
63.
They'll go. Hurts. He finds it beyond the marker. And he has it to the stop. They hit him for 5 yards on 4th down, and they get the successful conversion. First down from the 42.
Cowboy 80.
Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. He works it down inside the 40. That's a run mate. First down carry, got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1.
19, Chuck. Ready.
Here's a design run. And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the final play of the 3rd quarter. We're down to 1 quarter before we determine our wild card winner. The Eagles with the lead, hoping to close out a playoff win. And they'll let the clock run all the way down and expire. Can't get the playoff in time, and I'm going to wager the call's going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that first down flag.
Great.
Hurts now from the gun. Intended for Smith-Njigba, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Upton Stout. And the 49ers will get possession up towards midfield as they take the interception up beyond the 40. Well, it's a position you expect interceptions from, Brock, but not a lot of them come easier than that for a cornerback. His teammate makes the hit as the QB tries to throw it, and it really affected how that one came out.
Yeah, that corner's going to get that pick under his stat column individually, but that was a collective effort. It was all about the pass rush.
He's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers get it back to within 2 possessions. It's a Brandon Ayuk touchdown. Going after good from Smith. And the 49ers cut the lead down to 10.
49ers 14.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. And he needed a lot more power there. It came down a ways away from the landing zone, and they're going to start the possession up at the 40. On first down, Hurts. Oh, he got free. Escapes the pocket. And Hurts gives himself up after getting that first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide in practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Hurts on first down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Hurts trying to get on second down. Forced out to his right. He's keeping it. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
Well, QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. And even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Hurts with it on third and short. Put the body on the line for for his team. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage. Sometimes teams break in right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Finds his back. Here's Barkley. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Barkley on the shotgun handout. Now he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line. A gain of a yard.
Like the drive they've had, Brock, but they're up against it. 3rd and 5 now. Back to throw, Hurts. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. For sure.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles take a 3-possession lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers find themselves at a great starting spot here. 1st and 10 coming up. Drive play straight ahead. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. Now about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, okay? They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old win.
And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock, here that have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you've got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender runs at the exact same time there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. All those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Taking a chance to the end zone. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Kicked out by Quinion Mitchell. And the Eagles will be set up at the 20-yard line following that interception.
You knew it before this drive started that field goal was not going to be good enough, but that meant the coverage also knew how to play it, how to concentrate, how to focus, and those defenders, well, they influenced that throw, and even more so, took it away.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Even the best of them could be hurrying into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Hurts. Man downfield, he's got it. It's Worthy. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles put up even more points in a win. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Okay, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes it's quarterback who delivers. Sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Great starting spot here for the 49ers. They're headed up 1st and 10. And back is the handoff. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. I love the aggressiveness from this defense.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just screwed him.
So he's looking for Brandon Ayuk. And it's going to leave him with himself 3rd and long. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Trying to push deep downfield. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked up by Deontay Banks.
I'll hear a lot of defensive coordinators say you've got to earn the right to rush the passer by doing work on the early downs. You know what this is, Kate? They've earned the right to be aggressive defensively with the work they did through 3 quarters, and this defense is cutting it loose.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now it's 2nd down. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in his game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, can sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
It's grabbed inside the 30. He'll get this inside the 30.
That is so much more the exception than the rule when you're targeting double or triple coverage. You may be fortunate to complete a fair number of those throws, but gains like that, those are rare, and that's big time.
Oh, Gronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Upton Stout. San Francisco to the line. He's 1st and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. They get it right back. That's intercepted. Kicked out by Quinion Mitchell. And the Eagles are going to have possession at their own 46.
Must be paying these guys a day rate, not the hourly rate, because it took them just 1 play to answer interception for interception. We're right back, basically, to where we were 2 snaps ago, but with a whole lot of excitement in between.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he's able to get it past midfield and down onto the 49er side. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
They're going to pass it here. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side. Well, it would have been a big completion, Brock, if not for that meddling defender who knocked it away. That sets up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. He's trying to go deep again. He's got it deep downfield. It's not what we've heard this before. They scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Eagles keep running away with this. Elliott on now to attempt a point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Eagles continue piling onto this lead.
49ers 14. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And it goes for a touchback, so time enough for 1, maybe 2 final plays here.
Their own 35-yard line.
The 49ers find themselves in a great starting spot here. 1st and 10 coming up. Back to work after throwing the pick. Trying to push deep downfield. And there's our last stand image of this game. It's intercepted. Jalen Ramsey comes up with it. And the Eagles stopped on the return on the final play of this game. So it's an Eagles win here in this one. As one side leaves dejected, another can finally, at least briefly, Brock, relax here. Their playoff run